Welcome to the Reticle Up podcast, where I, 3-Gun Kenzie, will be interviewing competitive shooters, hunters, fishermen, archers, entrepreneurs, and outdoorsmen. Come learn with me as I interview people from all walks of life, in different disciplines, all across the world, from novices to professionals of all ages. No matter what, everyone has something they can teach you, so come join me on the journey. Hey everyone, this week I am with Isaac Hansen. He's a PCC Grandmaster and active duty military actually overseas right now. How are you, Isaac?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. You got the JP sweatshirt on and everything.
Yeah, yep. Came prepared.
Repping from far away. I love that. So I want to kick this episode off with your positive attitude. And the reason I say that, I've never seen you without a smile on your face, even when your gun goes down on a stage. I've seen it happen and you're just like, yeah, it's life, man. So how do you keep having fun while shooting, even when things aren't quite going your way?
I mean, I think over time and generally just in sports in general, nothing's ever going to be perfect. You just got to keep pushing on. So I think that mindset's just kind of made me a generally happy person. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a few people in this world that have got to see me in bad moods, but I think generally, like, I always know that I can always push forward and be better and do better the next time. Yeah.
Did someone teach you all this, or you just learned?
I think I just learned. I was kind of a retard growing up, did a lot of stupid, but the military, I think, just generally created me into a man. And no, it doesn't say that. That doesn't mean that I don't screw up still, but I feel like, things can always be worse. So,
Yeah.
Have fun.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Oh man. So yeah, that Isaac's one of those people to go to that to learn from, because I know I get frustrated when my guns don't work, right? Because you can perform. But in your case, Grandmaster level, what, like one stage, you're basically out of the running, right?
I feel like that's usually it. Yeah, that's
my last you're done now. Yeah,
my last couple of majors before this deployment were one stage, and I knew it was over with at that point in time.
Oh, okay, I've seen this happen. I even saw, I was squatted with Jalise and she got bumped open from limited with her base pads, right? But she sent it after, and like she ended up crushing these stages. Normally she's a little bit more reserved. So do you hold back until you hit that moment and then just see what you can do?
Yeah. 100%. At that point in time, I'm just like, I'm full send, just gonna send it and see how fast I can go.
Do you find yourself that you can almost do better when you're more like having fun, relaxed, because you're out of like the competition ish?
100%. I'll see complete spikes in my performance. Like, oh man, look at this, or like Max Legrandis, right? That's who that's my boy and who I look up to in PCC shooting. And I'll have a stage and I'll have a blowout, and then I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to go as fast as him. Or I just went as fast as him, but it doesn't matter because it's too late,
But it's crazy. Like, how can we trick our minds into doing that? And the reason I bring it up, actually, I shot a stage that I did okay on, and then somebody handed me a cigar and like, you need to shoot this again with a cigar in your mouth. Just see what happens, just for funsies. And no joke, beat my time, beat my hit factor. And I'm like, why? Why?
No, I don't know how to get to that point yet. I'm still trying to figure that.
Let me know when you do. You'll come back on the podcast and let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. So, what all shooting disciplines do you shoot? Do you shoot other like steel challenge, 3-gun, or anything like that?
I do shoot. I dabble in some 3-gun. I'm planning on getting back into it some more. One of the first guys that worked for me in the military, well, not in the military, but in the job I currently do, is the owner of Memorial 3 Gun. And he was trying to get me to start shooting 3-gun years and years. And I was like, man, I'm skydiving. Bro, I'm a big professional skydiver. And I was like, maybe someday I'll shoot some more, outside of work. And I hit him up, like, hey man, I'm shooting. And I love 3-gun. It is fun. I'm waiting for a more a scoring system, a tracking system. Because for me, everything I do is competition based. That's from work towards shooting, skydiving, everything I do. I need something to track myself to make me get to that top level of whatever that sport is.
Sure.
So that's my only qualm with 3-gun, but I definitely want to still challenge. Definitely going to get into the whole Max Legrandis 2-gun shooting that he's got going. So
that'd be neat if he came east. We always complain about having to travel. We've got all of our majors on the East Coast, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But his match looked so cool. Yeah, I want to do that too.
I was supposed to go out there and work it, but I had family stuff going on, so I had to back out of it. I was going to go over and do RO, or one of his long range stages.
Mm-hmm.
That ended, but next year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I'm about to headed to the 2-gun nationals, so this episode will come out after that. We'll see how it goes, but I feel like that's my game because of movement, and it's really fun. In 2-gun transitions, I do that all day in 3-gun, but I say that.
Yeah, I think you'll do awesome. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm gonna try to watch from over here.
Yeah, Brian will have that live stream up. He will.
Yeah, exactly.
So how long have you been shooting competitions now? When did you get started?
So I shot my first competition. Hold on, it's 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shot my very first rifle, or my first shooting competition in February of 2020. It was the Bushnell Sniper Challenge, and I did it for work. And me and my troops, my boss and I did it, and we took 8th in our division. And at the same time, I was getting ready to go start shooting 3-gun. I think it was the next weekend I shot USPSA or 3-gun, and then like 2 weekends later, I shot a PCC and I fell in love. So I haven't been shooting competitions very long.
Yeah, my mouth just dropped, because what the heck? That means in not even a year, with overseas work and everything, you're a grandmaster. Like, what?
Yeah, I had a really good friend named Josh, and me and him, he's now an open shooter, but him and I would just train all the time and shoot. We'd leave work, and drive to the range, and train some more. And I kind of given myself I wanted to be a GM in a year. That was my goal, a GM in a year, master in 6 months. And ended up making grandmaster in 4.5 months. And I'm still kind of kicking myself in the butt for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went from being able to win. I never got to win an A class. I think I took second in South Carolina match last year for A class PCC shooters, but it didn't matter. Right. Wasn't enough A class. And so the next major match I shot was nationals. So my second major match as a PCC shooter was nationals, and that was 3 months into it. Okay. And I ended up taking 39th, and I was super stoked about it.
Yeah.
And then I trained a whole bunch for becoming a paper GM, and I obviously did it, and I did it in the 4.5 month mark. was kind of cool though, because they didn't put all of my scores in at the same time, so I was able to be like top 20 for like a couple of weeks or like a week or so, and then I was a GM like a week or so later. Yeah, it was pretty quick, but now I'm forgetting names right now. Obviously, I'm got a whole bunch of stuff. But there was a GM that I shot with at Alabama State Championship, and it was my first match as a GM. And he was like, "How do you feel?" And I was like, "I don't know, He's like, "Well, we'll see." And I shot, and he came up and talked to me at the end of the day, and he was just like, "How do you feel?" I was like, "I did horrible. Like, I suck. I shouldn't be a GM." And he's like, no. He's like, shoot like 3 or 4 more major matches and tell me how you feel. And I saw him 3 or 4 major matches down the road, and I was like, he's like, how are you doing now? I was like, well, I've accomplished my goal. I was like, my goal was to not be the last place GM in the next couple matches, and I've accomplished. He's like, okay, so what do you think? I was like, I think I am a GM. I was like, I just have more to learn. And I did. And I learned stuff all the time. I made GM as, like I said, a paper GM. I shot targets. I didn't shoot arrays. I didn't shoot, array of targets. I didn't see how stages were actually laid out until, truthfully, this year. I just shot because of shooting guns. Who doesn't want to blow up shit and shoot guns?
Oh yeah. We talk a lot about like the classification system, because like I shot the South Carolina sectionals, and I shot like PCC. I had one match with like 2 classifiers that didn't even get put in time. So I hadn't shot PCC since 2018 when I borrowed a gun. It was an all classifier match. It broke on 2 stages. So I had these crap scores. So C, they bumped me to B after, right? And I don't even feel like a B shooter. I feel a lot higher with PCC. And people were watching my videos. They're like, you're not even a B class. You're like A. And I'm like, yeah, probably. But you have paper GM, which is awesome. I can't do that yet, where people just crush, practice that. But then when you get into those movement stages, that's when I really shine, I guess. So it's hard to figure out where people belong.
Yeah. I think the match bumps help, maybe, but I think there's still work to be done, obviously. There's still work to be done. And I'm a computer, so I'm not trying to tell anybody how to make things work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've never dedicated that training time to making GM in anything. I shoot everything, so I'm not going to be good at one thing if I'm all over the place. I just love to shoot, like you said. But yeah, 100%. Classifiers are tough too. Like, you have to be on point if you're in an unclassifier match, or going into it solid.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I need to hit all classifier match when I get back. I've been out here training CO with a SIG M17 this trip, so I'm planning on trying to make automatically a master, but I'm going to try to make a legit master / GM with CO when I come back.
Like, yeah, I know you'll get there. It would be interesting to see how fast people do make GM, like overall. That's the fastest I've ever heard anyone go from new shooter to GM like that. So that's amazing. And like you said, there's still a lot to learn, because the GMs that are above you at that point had probably been working that way for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for me it was kind of cheating though. Like, not cheating, but I've ran around with an M4 for the last 16 years of my life, picking up a lighter gun and being like, hey, Isaac, shoot this faster. Like, oh, okay, with a better trigger and everything. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just seeing how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're training physically. I want to know 2 things, like what drills did you run? And like, I'm assuming this is Josh Yost, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to know like how you guys push each other to achieve those goals. And then how do you train mentally as well?
So I don't really shoot with him anymore. So when he went off to do his open thing, he did open thing, and that kind of changed the whole aspect on it. Plus PCC shooters, as we all know, are they swing for the other team. You know? Just joking.
I love it.
I think for me, like what my main thing has been Max Legrandis. I really like Max, and I take what he tells me very seriously. I bug him all the time. In fact, I'm pretty sure I bug him too much. I'm pretty annoyed of me. I mean, I text him today, you know, while I've been out. Hey man, check out this video of me shooting. What do you think I work on better? And he's just like, yeah, whatever, Isaac. I don't really care, you know. But so for me, a lot of things have been like not so much like shooting, moving, stuff like that. I feel like I'm pretty good at that just in what I do for work. But for me, it's relaxing. His thing is like telling me to relax, because I come into a competition, a training session, and I'm pinging. He sees it in my shoulders. He's like, "You're flexing right now." I'm like, "I'm not flexing." He's like, "You're flexing. Relax." I'm like, "Okay." So I think that's been the biggest thing that I've been trying to work on, in that and loosening up my trigger finger. I don't have fast splits comparatively to we'll just use this kid. I'm training a kid named Gabe Wilson, who's getting ready to join the Army. So I'm training him to get ready for the Army, and I'm training him to shoot PCC. He can outsplit me all day long. It gets me so frustrated. I go home at the end of the day and I whip myself. I'm like, how's this kid I just started teaching to shoot outsplit me? You know, but I think it's just tension. You know, I'm thinking too much about certain things. Yeah, that's. But overall, just trained a lot, anything I could think of, and I kind of took Army training and I did it at the beginning, and now I'm like taking actual competition training and pushing those standards all the time.
Yeah. So are you doing like dry fire drills, reload drills? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, I train here, right here. Can I flip this camera around? Let's see. I'm old, so I mean, I spend, you know, I rock an M4 and I train here. You know, I dry fire every day. I fire at home. I try to shoot like PCC. I try to shoot 2-3 times a week. Probably like 200 rounds a session at least per week, or per session per week.
Yeah.
A lot of movement stuff. I mean, I'm always working out anyways. So speed wise, sprinting 2 days a week. So I'm doing sprints even out here. I'm not looking forward to waking up in the morning, because I'm going to go do sprints for a long time, and it's hot as crap here.
You saved one.
Huh?
You went from hot as crap. You saved one.
Yeah. I saved one cuss word saved today.
Okay. And the other thing with working out too is like your PCC. How much does that weigh compared to your, M16? It's what?
It weighs more. My M4 weighs more.
Yeah.
But train here with it. I sub stages. I run drills. Let's see, like I ran the bill drill 2 days ago. I've got it written up here on the board. I've got all my team members and stuff like that. And I ran the bill drill in 1.25 seconds with my M4 the other day. Like just always pushing, always finding. Like I'm thinking that using the M4, being a heavier gun, being a heavier trigger, nothing super nice about it. When I go home, just running and gunning like I should be.
Yeah.
Like I never.
I love it. I love it. So is your next match Area 8?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What's your goal for that match?
I mean, I'm gonna shoot for the moon here. I'm at #1 PCC, Yeah. First PCC top 10 overall. That's goal.
Good. We're gonna remember this. So when this comes out, that's our goal. But that's awesome. So you already have that in mind. And a lot of shooters, like they don't have that in mind before even going. They're just like, I'm here, but they want to be competitive. I'm like, well, if you want to be competitive and you're going to do that, then you've got to know where you're at, where you want to place. If you don't meet it, then you've got some work to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year's just kind of been a roller coaster for me for being able to like pick and choose. Like I came in this year thinking I was going to do pretty much every major match there was, like area matches.
Yeah.
And just work has kind of ruined it for me this year around. So I think I'm only going to end up with four level 3 matches this year. Dang. Which is which is big.
Oh, well, we miss you over here. And carry optics. So you're not touching carry optics until the fall, like after that, or what was that plan?
Nope. I'm going to touch it right when I get back. I'm only level 1s with carry optics. I've kind of stepped away. Like last year I did like 40 something matches. I think it was high 30s, low 40s matches total throughout the year. Mm-hmm. So what I decided was that I'm no longer going to shoot level 1 matches. That was kind of my goal this year. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm only going to do that if, like, you know, friends are like, let's go squat. Yeah, let's go do. My main goal is, okay, I'm going to spend my money training. I'm going to buy more ammo and I'm going to train harder. I'm going to come up with stuff. And on our secret range that a few of us have, and like, you know, training together, building stages for major matches out there, and then just shoot majors. So cool. I'm still gonna do that, but I'm gonna try to like maybe take one local a month and just one local every 2 months. Let's be realistic, you know, and go shoot my CO, go shoot my SIG Legion, you know, out there.
I love it. Killing me. But you have your full rig like ready to go, like holster, mag pouches, magazines, like you're set.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Literally the Legion sitting up in our little gun room, freaking up on yeah.
She ready.
Yeah, she ready.
So for those listening who maybe is in like C class starting out, or they finally achieve B class in PCC, what would you tell them wanting to level up, and maybe on a different level too of like training where they can get in training, maybe not as much as you have, but what would you tell them to do or work on?
So not even, I think transitions between targets. I think that was a huge thing for me, being able to see that. Joe Farewell does an awesome transition class. I was lucky enough to have the Army pay for it and hang out with Joe Farewell, in which I already like him. So, but it was nice to have a free class put on the Army. But his transition class is something that I've continued to teach my teammates and friends for the past little bit. I think that speeds people up. That and starting to see arrays. Again, like I said earlier, I didn't know what an array was until I was a GM. And I was like, I just shoot targets and run really fast. Okay. But so I think being good at transitions and being good at seeing arrays will help you win matches and will help you a lot faster.
I like that.
And then finally, I'll go take a class because it's totally worth it.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll talk about that towards the end. About this whole show is about education, right? I want people to learn from anybody on any level and talk about how important education is. And I actually am really excited. I just signed up for the Travis Tomasi class, and I'm a limited shooter. So getting to learn from him, and I've already taken Joel Turner class. Like I want to do them all too. I want to take Max and JJ, and it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they'll tell you you're garbage. No, and they'll tell you what you're doing wrong that you didn't even know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I think there's so much to it. Like I'm gonna hit. Look, I got this right here. I mean, I think it works for PCC as well. Yeah, they're all a whole bunch of pistol drills, but I go out and shoot it with pistol, and I go out and turn around and shoot them again with rifle, and it still helps me push. Like it's all the same thing. I feel like I'm the teacher, but that's because of the job aspect, which obviously we can talk later. But like, right, as a skydiving instructor, not everybody learned good from me or well from me.
Right.
Like go into the wind tunnel, I could somebody to fly in their head and in a matter of minutes, or I could go in there and struggle to teach them to sit fly for hours and hours. And then I have my buddy show up and he's just like, hey, says one word to somebody and they're just like, oh, that's how it works. And you're like, I've been saying this the whole time. So I don't think everybody's for everybody. I don't.
Agreed.
And this isn't for everybody. JJ is not for everybody. Ben Stoger's everybody. I think you have to go out and you have to find that person that's for you, that's going to help you succeed. You know, this
100%.
is how I feel.
And it's learning styles too. I mean, when I learn the most when I actually get to do, like it was funny. I was afraid to take apart my rifle a lot and afraid to build and all of that. And when I took the rifle armorers class, I was like, why is this so simple? And it's just because I had someone literally watching me and doing it and I'm not left alone. Now I'm like, oh, I got this. I learned by doing and watching people do it, but I have to do it myself, if that makes sense.
Yep, absolutely makes sense.
So running around, whether it's overseas or at a match or just every day, and it can't be a gun, what's one piece of gear, one tool that you can't live without?
Can't be a gun, you said?
Yeah, it can't be a gun.
Oh. Man. I mean, right. What's not live without? Pretty much my sunglasses, okay, which hold Hunter's gold, okay. I'm giving a pitch. But yeah, I've got a pair there. I've got a pair in my room. I mean, I've always got those. What can I not live without other than those?
It's a good one though, too. I mean, and you've got indoor use, outdoor use, training use, and they are safety glasses.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I guess that's probably like the one thing I can't live without. Because I mean, Brian's hooked me up with the clear lenses. Work for MVGs. I mean, I've jumped them at night, the yellow ones at night. The ruby pair now, I'm like running around over here and they're just like, well, what are you?
Terminator. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You're blind if you're not, truly. Like I can't drive in the rain without them. I can't drive at night without them. Like it's changed my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so funny. Oh man. So yeah, that's good. Okay. So switching gears. Did you grow up shooting guns or like was the military your first dive into shooting?
No, it wasn't my first. So, I mean, I grew up hunting a little bit. I had a BB gun when I was, I shot my first bird probably at like 6, 7 years old. First deer when I was 12, 13. But nothing. So, son of a cop that didn't like shooting guns. Like, my dad is the most conservative man you could ever meet, but he's just like, he'll still hit me up. He's like, I need to zero my rifle. I'm like, Dad, what do you need? I'll help you out. I've been a sniper, Dad, for, I don't know, 12 years. Come on, what do you need? And he's like, I don't care. It'll be fine. I don't like shooting guns, Isaac. I'm like, okay, Dad. But I didn't really get into shooting until I joined the military. And even then I didn't really care much. I shot because it was my job,
Yeah. What changed then? Okay. What made you dive in? Did you watch a video? Did someone tell you about matches? Like what changed?
Yeah. Like I said, one of my junior, the guy who worked for me was Eric Torres, who's the owner of Mobile Free Gun. And even he was working for me and he was just like, man, you gotta come out and shoot. And I was just like, man, I don't care, man. I have I probably got ADHD, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I have like a problem where if I get into something, I go 110% in it and I don't care about anything else. So at that point in time, I was into skydiving. And I became a professional skydiver like taken second in the nation in skydiving. I was part of the head down world record in 2018 attempts. So at that point in time, I only cared about that. Like I cared about, so I mean, I'd shoot for my job, but it wasn't like a, and I ended up having a really bad time. I ended up leaving my job for a very short stint and I went to Golden Knights, the Army Golden Knights, and it was a horrible experience for me. Got nothing good to say about them, so we're going to keep that off.
Yep.
Yeah, but and I started shooting. I started buying guns, and I just every day, or probably like every week almost, I was like buying a new gun. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to shoot a whole bunch. You know? And I ended up not, because I ended up deploying and I didn't have time to shoot. I shot while I was deployed again. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the best there is at this. Oh. And I came back, and that's what was my goal. I had a Terran Tactical STI Combat Master when I came home, sitting there waiting for me. Yeah. And I started shooting, and that was it. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And actually my first USPSA match was a shot limited with the STI Master.
I'm so jealous. Do you still have that gun?
I don't.
I was waiting for that. It sounded painful. No.
Yeah. That was a really bad mistake. I sold it to get an open gun and another gun. And I regret it because I sold the open gun too, because I hated shooting open.
Yeah, but that Combat Master, that was a dream pistol. I told myself I was literally going to buy it right before like COVID happened. And when COVID happened, you can't find them. They're all gone. They stopped making them. That was an STI change, everything. I'm like, crap. Like, that's gonna be a collector's item, but it's so smooth. Like I shot it with Tony somewhere at one major match, and I was like, oh, I'm in love. Yeah. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. No. Killing me.
Yeah. Best gun I ever shot. Truthfully, it's the best gun I've ever shot, and I don't know why I sold it. I got a deal on it too. I got it. What were they? They were going like for $4,000, and I got it for like just over $3,000 back. Like, and then I sold it for more.
Yeah. Oh man, could punch you. So if you could pick one gun to shoot for the rest of your life, you only have one gun you're allowed to shoot. Would that be it?
Yeah.
If we ever find one.
Yeah.
If we ever find one and it's too much for either one of us, we split it and it shares custody.
Boom. Sounds good to me.
Love it. I love it. Oh, okay. I want to talk about, so I just saw you actually post a video of your wife shooting while you're overseas, which is awesome. There's a lot of like military spouses that I teach a lot, because they're left at home. They're actually left a lot of times with loaded firearms that they don't even know how to clear, which is scary. Mm-hmm. But what is it like to have her not only support you, but also going out and enjoying shooting, on her own as well?
Well, so I actually had Jessica Hook teacher to shoot in the beginning. Yeah. She always wanted to shoot. We got here to North Carolina. We just got married. She was pregnant. I got her a Kimber 1911, like a micro Kimber first. She didn't shoot much, but she went out, got her concealed carry. So over time, we've kind of progressed. So recently, she just got a SIG P365. Got it for right before I took off. That SIG Legion that I said I'm going to shoot CO with is actually her gun. I just, yeah. So
benefits of being married. No, go ahead.
Everything shared. No, she does really good. She listens really well. She gets faster every time. Problem is keeping up. We have a baby, or 2-year-old, not baby. She's still my baby. But so in that video was taken actually before I left. Okay. I'm videoing it, and I'm in the car with baby videoing it. So we have a training schedule. So I'll write up a training plan for her. I'll set up the first stage or whatever stage training
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll set it up for her, leave everything out. She knows how to load, clear, everything like that. So, but I'm nice. I still jam her mags for her and everything like that. So I'll jam her mags, set her up. She gets out. I take over watching. She shoots it. I watch the drill, roll down the window, yell at her, like, do better, go faster, whatever. And then when she's done with whatever that drill is, she'll switch. She takes baby duties and I'll run out. I'll set up the next drill for her. Lots of times we'll take 2 cars so that she can train. And when she's done training, her and baby can take off, and then I'll train after they leave.
Wow, that's a lot of time dedication to do all of that. I think a lot of couples wouldn't do it, but it's testament that you can still do that even with a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. You can. It's not easy. We're gonna get back again. She's been doing a lot of research on the internet on what concealed carry holster she wants to use. I ended up getting her an AR pistol right before I left. She's loving, I'm not saying this JP, but Brecky, loving the Brecky Customs JP rifle for Max Grants because it's so much lighter for her. So like she's enjoying the sport. She doesn't want to shoot competitions though.
She hasn't been to one, right? Like she shot one.
She's been to them but never shot them. Yeah. Okay. I've tried to get her
shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, just exactly. Yeah. My other baby girl, my 10-year-old though, I'm hoping, be the next or something like that.
You never know. I mean, okay, so all right, so how did you get the 10-year-old to be like respectful of firearms? And are you working with a 2-year-old as well? There's a lot of the guns in the house, and I'm sure you keep, them safe, what have you, but how important is it to start early with them, just to respect them rather than fear them?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's very important. So the 2-year-old, I've already shown her. I mean, she doesn't know, but like she sees us messing with guns and she's interested. Like she sees what we're doing. I'm very careful with lead mitigation because I've already given her up in lead levels just because of my work in general. But she'll see me like working on guns, stuff like that. She's interested, wants to see it, wants to hold it. Doesn't understand yet, but I'll help her, try to like show her how to hold it because I'm dad that loves guns, and I'm like, yeah, my daughter's awesome, But my 10-year-old, my 10-year-old's very good. She understands. I only have her in the summers, my 10-year-old, but she understands. She knows how to clear a weapon. We just practice. We dry fire. I end up buying her a little Ruger 22.
Yeah.
You're going to shoot this. You're going to learn how to do this stuff. This is important.
Yeah.
So she knows how to load a magazine. She knows how to clear a weapon. She knows how to shoot. But the problem is every summer I've got to,
Yeah. So you're co-parenting, I'm guessing, with the 10-year-old too?
Yeah.
So are they helpful in maybe keeping that up, when you don't have her, or what?
Yeah, not as much. Not like they're not like they're very outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Farm, stuff like that, but they don't shoot like I do.
Yeah. That's hard. There's a lot of people that are co-parenting that don't know how to, at least, there's always going to be something, that one person doesn't want the other person to do or teach or have at home, right? But I think that's super important to still be able to support, I guess, each other and your own kid when you don't have them.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about that. I just didn't know if you want to share for like people listening, if they are co-parenting and, you want to instill something, how to do that.
I think the hardest thing with that is like, no matter what, co-parenting or not, there's a reason why you're co-parenting. So nothing's going to be easy. So don't expect it to be easy. I just try really hard when I have my child that I show her the things that I like to do. And hopefully she latches onto them. If she doesn't, oh well, Yep. I mean, last summer she had me and Yost, and she would drive around the local matches with us. She'd be like, I'm just gonna sit in the back of the truck and watch you guys shoot. Like, okay, see you in a little bit. Like, and then sometimes she's like, I want to do this, or she'd see the other little girls that shoot competitions,
Yeah.
But I'm not forcing. Like, I had forced younger, so the skydiving world again. Like, I forced her to fly in the wind tunnel, and she got good at it, but she wasn't like, "Oh, this is what I want to do, Dad." But I think it was because I was, "Oh, come on, push." So I won't do that anymore.
My poor mother tried with me. She put me in ballet, and she was a makeup artist. And does that sound like me at all? You almost spit out your drink.
Oh, the cold. But yeah, like, I don't see that you being a ballet. Like, that's just, I see you being guns, more guns, and woods. Yeah,
Yeah. And she has a flower shop too. Bless her heart. If she ever listens to this, yeah, I'm not taking that over either. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, don't force your kids or force people. Anyways, not even kids, but like when I teach too, I don't want to force anything on them. I want them to learn and be able to know like how to clear a gun or use it if they had to, but I'm not going to go say like force you to do something that you're uncomfortable with. That's like the wrong way to go about it almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay. I want to know, because I know just about nothing probably. Tell me about your military career. Like, what do? You said you've been 16 years?
Yeah, 16 years. Been in 16 years.
You're going for 20?
Yeah, I could go longer. We'll just see. Depends on where I end up. Got two options. I'll probably know at the end of this year.
Okay.
I'll either gonna get out the day 20 years hits, or it could end up being a long 25, 26, 27 career, 20 years. Excuse me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We'll see. Yeah.
But what do you do?
So I've been in been doing the whole special forces thing for 12 years now. Just hanging out, shooting guns, teaching people to shoot guns, and that's
the skydiving was just something on the side, or you still in the military, right?
Yeah, I still jump in the military. So I was I was a military free fall instructor for 3 years.
Cool.
So I was living down in Yuma, Arizona, and 3 years, all I did was jump out of airplanes, and then on the weekends I would drive to Eloy, Arizona, and work some more and jump out of airplanes more. Yeah.
So you're an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, I'd say so. Funny thing is, scared of heights, so I still haven't figured. Helicopter, planes, whatever. I hate takeoffs. Like, absolutely hate takeoffs. The most terrifying. Other than using here right now, that's the only thing that scares me more. I'm so scared to find a mamba, but other than that, terrified of airplanes.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, we all have our little weaknesses. So this big bad Isaac is afraid to take off in heights. That's terrifying. That's so you've overcome a fear to jump out of planes all the time.
Oh yeah. I with that, just like anything else, you have your rituals. I have rituals, still do it every time. I pray 3 times every time I go jump out of an airplane. I pray as we're taxiing to take off. I pray halfway up, and I pray right before I jump out of an airplane. Every time.
That's amazing.
It's just what it is.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. So for all the active duty people listening to you, what do you want to tell them about maybe getting started in shooting competitions, or to start looking at shooting competitions? How would that maybe help them, in their military career?
I think it's huge. I think it's the only way that you'll ever progress. I think the military programs in general are pretty bad. Now, don't get me wrong. They teach you to do what you need to do, but they don't teach you as well as they could. The people that use professional shooters that are out there, are the best for a reason, and they find the best to train them. It's something that I've been doing just recently. Teaching my dudes to shoot practical, shooting skills, because why not? Why not draw faster? Why not shoot 2 rounds, in under, pairs in under 2 seconds or under a second? Let's be realistic. Let's try to get it under a second.
Yeah.
Build drill, perfect example. Okay, what? Concealed carry, where, why not put 6 rounds into somebody in under 2 seconds? I think the practical shooting stuff applies to anything you do with a gun.
Yeah. I mean, and I've seen like the recoil management be so far off. So Bill Joel's going to tell you, am I drifting upwards? Am I not controlling the gun, or am I flinching? Am I left, right? Like there's going to tell you a ton about 6 rounds. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So I would 100%, if you're active duty military, get out of your comfort zone. It's going to be okay, especially us guys that are, in the infantry and other places. Like, you're going to get beat by a woman. It's going to happen. It's okay.
A 12-year-old woman too.
A girl named Jessica DeLorean is going to show up, and she's just going to spade at a competition, and you're going to...
I'm trying to have her on this podcast. So I didn't know that. I never knew her, never met her, anything like that. Right. And so I was like, oh, and my goal was actually high lady with PCC too, like just high lady. I wanted to win my division, which I did. And then, I saw Jessica's scores and I was like, who the hell is this chick? Like, where did she come from? She's so good.
She's amazing. And she's super quiet. You would never know.
Yep. I asked her to be on the podcast. She's like, I gotta watch it, a few. So if Jessica, if you're listening at this point on this episode and you still haven't been on, we gotta have you on. Isaac, what would you tell her to get on this podcast?
Yeah, I mean, she's got a lot of information. Like, she knows, she's grown up doing this. There's stuff I want to pick from her. She's not an adult like you should. I mean, she didn't learn as an adult. I mean, I'm 35 years old. I started shooting when I was 34 or right before. I wish I would have grown up doing this.
Yeah. I watched her match videos too, compared to like my match videos, and I could tell like my confidence level was not at the level, obviously, that she's at. But like for her, like she calls the hits without seeing the hits. I'm still at the point of like calling the hits, looking at the hits. Yeah. Oh man. So that was a tough beating, but dang, that was awesome to see her at the top.
Oh yeah, but I think that's probably the hardest part for active duty guys when they go shoot competitions. Like, I hear it from guys on my teams and stuff that I convinced to go. Like, I got beat by this chick. That's not okay. But that's just the world we live in. But understanding, like, you aren't the top dog. There's people that are better than you out there. Like, there's always somebody better. But that's the best thing about it. There's always something more you can learn. There's always somebody better that you can find out there.
100%. And it gives you that that person to chase. So actually, how often do you compete against yourself versus try and like compete against someone else? Like compare,
Right now I'm competing against myself. Comparatively, so there aren't many people that I care to like chase. Like I want it, like not that isn't disrespectful to anybody that I shoot against, but like I want to beat Max Legrandis.
Mm-hmm.
This, he knows. I've told him that. You stay in my house. Like, I just want to beat you. That's my only goal in life. Like, it drives me crazy that you can beat me at shooting. Like, I just don't know. I didn't know who he was until last year. I compete against myself. Like, I think on training.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I write down scores. I write down things. I think in training, I compete against myself. In competition mindset, I compete against Max. Like, that is who I compete against on my day-to-day basis. Like, how can I be better than Max? Like, And there's a lot of stuff. There's not much. I've beat him in one shooting thing, that I know of. Like 100% no. This because me and him were training together. Told me at the end of the day, he's like, I'm coming back out here to make sure that I beat you in this. He's like, I can't leave. I've held on to that little thing that being like, he knows I beat him this one time. I don't know where I'm going. But
I like it. No, I like it. It's important to compete against yourself. And it's also important to like have a goals to achieve, even if it is a person. Like, actually, my buddy's PCC's in the background, I'm shooting the 2-gun nats and all that. I went into South Carolina sectionals and shot the day after him. And he was like, he goes, I'm really excited you're really doing well, but I'm really pissed that you're shooting better than me on so many stages. He ended up beating me. But like at the end of the day, we weren't sure if I'd got him or not. Because of course, other people set the stage times. But like if I beat him and he's master, been shooting his PC forever, and I'm borrowing a gun that was my first major with it, and I'm almost there, I'm like, feels good.
Yep.
I'm so excited about stuff. So you can't compare yourself, if that makes sense, because if you're not putting the work that they are too, like you're never going to be there.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you're putting the work that Max puts in too.
I don't know. He puts in tons and tons of work.
Yeah.
So nonchalant about it. Like where I'm like super regimented, from the military stuff. I'm like, oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do this perfect. Oh, that first round wasn't under freaking 0.74. Got to do it again. He's just like, yeah, whatever, man, just do it. Just shoot it. Yeah. What do you think that was? Call your shots. I mean, I'm like, that's an Alpha Charlie. And he's like, well, was it? And I'm like, yeah, it's Alpha Charlie, I think. Let me go check. He's like, no, was it or was it not? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, all right, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
I think that's why he works really well with me, because like it's so opposite of me, like his mentality on things, like that it forces me to be different.
Yeah. Think differently. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you balance all of this? Major matches, local matches, family life, being deployed. Like, isn't it tough?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this year really sucked. That's all there is to it. Like I was gone all of February for training. Family stuff going on in April. I was able to get to Area 6. I was able to make it to South Carolina before bouncing out. I'm going to miss literally everything. Looks like I'm going to miss IPSC Nationals, USPSA Nationals for this year because of stuff. Like, we'll see. I won't know for sure for that stuff until next month. But, like, balancing, I get up early. I take care of my workouts, stuff like that. I work all day. And then when I come home, I play with baby. Come in the house, it's baby time. That's all there is to it. Grab baby, hang out with baby, baby mama. And then I get an hour. It's like an hour period every night when the wife takes baby up that it's dry fire time and video games. And that's it.
Yes. So is the video game your stress relief?
Yeah, that's my stress relief. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, we all have our little thing. I read books. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I secretly nerd out on Marvel and video games. And so that hour that's my dry fire time, weapons maintenance, and video games time.
Cool.
Then when she comes back down, it's packed Peaky Blinders or, some good show every night, and pups,
Aww.
That's but usually like we're trying to make it kind of a thing for like the handle everything goes on. Wife gets to shoot once a week, once a week she goes shoots. Mm-hmm. And then I get trained on top of it. But I also have a lot of other things going on too. Like I'm in the process of opening up a range in North Carolina. So that's been kind of taking up. Say what?
I'm excited for that. I remember that.
We had some downfalls though for it. But that's been like my huge big portion, right? Like my big portion of my free time's been going to writing business plans, plan, meetings with the county. That's been a lot of time, and ended up not working out before we left. Before I left, so actually I was right before this call. I was talking with business partners right before we started this call.
That's awesome though.
Say again?
That's awesome though. Like you're almost like not planning on your transition out, but even if that's years from now, you're planning to grow something while you're still in. And so many military people that I work with have done that, and it's incredible because if you start now, put in the work, put in the effort, it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if I never run a, like it's gonna have like 15, 16 bays, but all right, shh, don't tell anybody, everybody. All right. But if I never run a match there, it'll pay for itself, and I'll still take care of like the crew.
Yeah. And you're really building it for yourself.
Oh, 100%. I don't like I've got two plans in motion right now. I've got that plan, big range, and literally I've been looking for 10 acres to build my like little mini range on just for me. Nobody knows where this is and nobody's ever coming here.
Yep. That's my dream for sure. I was telling someone today, I was like, all I need is a trailer house because I don't really give a shit. I want property first, and I want to be able to walk out and shoot, and because that's what I do. And I want to be able to teach without a range owner telling me what I have to do and what I can't do and blah, blah, blah. So yeah,
exactly.
One day. Okay, before we wrap here, I want to talk about social media. I remember you rebranded or started a whole new Instagram account, correct? Yeah. So you kind of started over. How do you see social media like as a positive and a negative?
Yeah, positive, negative. Negative, there's lots of things, but positive for company stuff. I think social media can be amazing. It's not like we read newspapers like my parents did. It is what gets you publicity. It is everything that you need to run a business and or become professional. I've rebranded myself multiple times. At the same time, for multiple reasons, people just want to, they want stuff from you. I think today's world is crazy without going into, and down that rabbit hole. I think nowadays, with this time and age, like social media is probably worse than anything. It's not a good thing now. But trying to stay positive and just like continuing to push like good things, pushing good. I don't know what you want to call it. Good sports etiquette. Good weapons handling. Good like showing people how shooting's not a dangerous sport. It's not dangerous. Not like everybody's running around shooting people because they aren't. I think that's a huge plus for social media because so many people see it as long as you don't get zucked. But at the same time, it's just it's social media. I don't know. I'm 35. I'm not a kid. I can't figure it out yet. I've got 250 followers.
Is this your last rebrand?
I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it is. I mean, I went from having like a couple thousand skydivers, then to like a good amount of shooters, to now like, who's Isaac Hansen, PCC? Who's this guy?
It takes a lot. to grow, at least for our industry, on social media. Like you said, get zucked. But like, how important is it, like you said, to post that good content about firearms on social media?
So, I mean, I think it's super important, but actually, I take that back. I don't think it's that important. I do and I don't. I mean, it's good that we show the world that it's not a dangerous thing. I think showing the sport itself is doing that job.
Yeah.
I think that individual, like on how he views it, like I've had run-ins with people on social media about why aren't you wearing glasses? I was like, well, dude, like I understand what you're getting at, but this isn't a USPSA match, and I'll do whatever I want to do. Like, crazier stuff on a daily basis than you ever will at a USPSA match. Like that. Like, everybody's going to have their own thought process behind it.
Yeah.
That's all there. As long as you're being safe in general, you're not shooting somebody, not teaching anybody horrible habits.
Yeah.
I didn't wear my glasses for like 5 minutes today while we were shooting. I lived. I got both eyes. Miraculously, nothing happened. Is it stupid? Yes, it's 100% stupid. Should I wear glasses? Yes. But am I going to? No, I'm not always going to. I think what we're shooting and here's what I wanted to get to about social media and sports, about sponsorships. I think sponsorships is where social media is good for. And I say this, and not the give me look. If you want a sponsorship, you have to be willing to work.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if JP is going to keep me around next year. It's fine. And I'm okay with that. Especially because I'm not doing anything for them right now. I'm gone,
You are doing something for them, by the way. You are protecting their freedom. So I will stop you and say that, because you are doing that.
But what I'm getting at is like when I was a sponsor Skydiver, like keep bringing up, like I posted 7 days a week about the people that gave me free stuff, and it wasn't like they gave me thousands upon thousands of dollars a year every week. They gave me one like big lump sum of stuff at the beginning of the year, and I worked my butt off for the rest of the year. So I think social media is good for that. So I think that for sponsorships, I think the shooting community needs a little work, not the shooting itself.
Sure.
I think the community needs work.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. I think that's a good perspective. How have you made like connections on social media with other shooters? Like, have you met everyone that you've connected with on social media?
I think I have mostly. Like, I'm horrible with names and faces, just in general. Like, I think it had to do with me working in Yuma. Like, but I'll meet tons of people, and they're like, Isaac, how's it going? I'll follow you on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's dope, man. But half the time I don't know who's talking to me, and it has nothing to do with them. It's just, I'm taking too many, explosions. Just a joke. I haven't.
You're like, I have to put a disclaimer in there. Like, people don't get your humor. I do. I love it.
Be the dork. Yeah, like I think it's awesome. I love meeting new people. I love being able to shoot with people. Aaron Sellers, like the nicest guy in the world. I love that dude, and he always reaches out to me. He's always has. He's like, hey man, I'm coming to Max's class. Where should I stay? I was like, well, I've never met you, but like actually really met you, but come to my house, and like we just ended up having a big old crash party at my house. And
I love that. The
really
one thing I will say about like the shooting community, sorry to interrupt, is just that it's amazing how you can trust the people in the community to stay at their house or borrow their gun or borrow their gear, knowing like it'll be okay and safe. Like, I mean, seriously, my guest bedroom is open to anyone probably listening to this podcast, because I want you to be in a place that you don't have to spend money. You're going to be safe. And it's an amazing community, right? Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely is.
I interrupted you, but I had to share that. That's really powerful.
No, oh, no problem. It's 100% accurate.
Yeah. He's a good dude. I had him too. So you both will be close together. So we'll we were talking a lot about the South Carolina stuff too, because this is funny. Well, not for him, but he bombed the stage that he was working, right? And I'd had the same damn experience at another match. And I was like, yeah, I feel like every single time you work a match that they put you on the stage that you royally mess up on to just sit and stew over it.
Yeah. I think I shot that pretty good too. I was like, what's up, buddy? He's like, yeah, man. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yep. So I've been there.
Yeah. Hold on. It's Larry. Larry's gonna be listening to this, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, Larry, you're a master now. You're definitely gonna get bumped to GM. Finally.
I said the same damn thing. Did you see that comment on Instagram yesterday?
That's why I brought it up.
Sandbagger. I was like thinking about, I was like, even if it's an A class, I'm gonna be able to beat this cheater either. His classification needs to go up. It was awesome. So who's 100%. Whose videos and photos do you like to watch on Instagram? Like, what's that one? Not just Max's. Yeah, I know. What are those profiles that you like to watch?
Shannon Smith, right? The PCC. Man, dude can run. Yeah. Him. I like Marcus I shot with him at Nationals. Marcus Carbo from Las Vegas.
Yes.
Man, that dude is well. I'm thinking PCC shooters right now, but also got JJ. Obviously, JJ. I can watch JJ. And plus,
and he's funny.
And he's funny. He's just goofing off, and he's got his family, so it's like it's nice. It's just like a wholesome thing always when you watch JJ. It's something different for shooters, you know. Yeah. Who else? So my good friend and business partner Josh. I'll let Josh figure out who it is. It's not Yost. It's a different Josh, but I could watch him do his dry fire shooting all day long. He kills it. He's one of the best out there. Who else? I'm trying to think some West Coast guys. I like Terran Tactical. I can watch him shoot when it's him shooting. Actually, him shooting. Watch him hip shoot all day long and just be like, I don't get it.
That's so cool.
Like I don't know how he does it.
It's a party trick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a party trick, but it's awesome. But let's see. Yeah, those probably be my favorite shooters.
I like it. Like you
said, I'm gonna chase down Shannon though. That's Shannon and Max. I'm coming for you. And enough will be this year. Yeah.
I love it. Dropping that here. So, any final words of wisdom or nuggets you want to leave people listening to this podcast with?
No, I mean, hey, train hard, be safe, be the best person you can be out there, and always walk away with a smile. And yeah,
I love it. And then, do you want to give any shout outs to any sponsors, any gears, any guns, and share what your social media handles are so people can follow you?
Okay. Well, my social media is really small, so it's Isaac Hansen PCC. All right, on Instagram. A huge shout out to JP Rifles for letting me be a part of your team, and then most definitely Hunter's Gold HD. I mean, on a serious note, can we just break away and say that Brian is literally the best dude there is out there, like 100%. Can't even think of enough little time. And I was like, hey, I'm busting out on another trip. I was like, oh, I'll be back. When I come back, I want these rubies. I was like, I'm gonna, I'll get them when I come back. And he's like, hey, hold on real quick, Isaac. I'm like, okay. He's like, when do you bounce out? I'm like, oh, like next week. He's like, oh, okay. And he comes back. He's like, Isaac, here's a pair of glasses for me. I mean, like, guy is awesome. Best sponsor is, I hit him up since I've been over here. I'm like, hey, I want to shoot Area 8. Can I take the slot? And he's like, I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Brian does more for the sport and the shooters than anybody I know. And he's a genuinely good guy. And anyone listening to, I wish there was more that we could do for Brian than Brian does for us, right? Because he does so much, too much, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a good dude.
Deserves all the love. Yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
Awesome. Isaac, thanks for being on the podcast and sharing your positive attitude, your knowledge, and your smile.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening to the Reticle Up podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Follow along on social media at Reticle Up or 3 Gun Kenzie.